Alright, I think I'm just about ready. Goron.
Guess I will open up my character.
Michael, in the other Zelda games, could Gorons like roll up in a ball and roll around? Oh,
They
okay.
could. Yeah, in Majora's Mask, that's why you play a Goron, because you can turn into one.
And they do the same in Phantom Hourglass.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. I didn't know
God, Phantom
those.
Hourglass was so good. I think I still have it somewhere around here. What is this image? Is that a My Little Pony smoking a blunt and giving a Goron like a carrot?
What's it look like?
Look how sad he looks. I'm saving that. 2013. I'm saving that. That's a fucking art piece.
No.
Oh, God.
Fuming Stone is gonna join in the middle of D&D.
Who is that?
God, that's so cursed.
We have a new member of the fucking
Yeah.
the DK. Who is it?
I don't know.
It's fine.
The only mutual friend I have is Joe. Joe, who is that?
I don't know the real name.
Where did you meet them?
TF2.
Why did you let them in?
There are no rules.
Me
It looks like
casually
if-
slaughtered.
Michael, it looks like you if you hadn't been beaten to death by a robot when you were 3.
What?
Look at his profile picture. It's you if you hadn't been attacked by a robot.
I
You
thought
stood-
it was Mr. Bistler at
Don't say that.
What?
If Michael's enthusiasm hadn't been curbed by a robot, then he would have become that. You lead a blessed life now, Michael. One where you understand the pain robots can cause.
Ahead of my time.
I'm sorry, I love that story so much, Michael.
So funny.
Just the time I got beaten by a robot. What?
That was
What
like
story
doing
now.
I was doing Jackbox.
It was during
Wait a
Vivid. Yeah.
Mr. Balazar, are you back?
I am back.
Ooh, okay. Are we all ready?
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Funny call
Alright.
of the roll.
Oh yeah! I keep forgetting to do that. Ambrose Jorgensen III.
Yeah. Present.
Balazar Card Star. Drogos Dragon.
Hi.
Emperor Billy Bonk.
Yeah.
Here.
I'm pretty sure he's here. Humorous.
I'm a little under the weather, but I'm here.
Alright. Tyga Woods mate's here.
So Hugh, you sound a little under the weather. Are you under the weather?
Yeah, I'm currently under the weather. I got really bad pollen allergies.
Skeleton
That's
kid
kind of
allergy.
wild, considering you don't even have a nose!
Magical allergies.
Well, I don't have pain receptors, but I still feel pain.
Have you tried the relieving power of Advil?
I took a Benadryl earlier. It went right through
Oh,
me.
Zero Tech works better anyway.
Tech cures.
I'm sponsored by Flu Days!
No, sorry. I like to drink some Mountain Dew Amped, official soda of Brok.
Official soda of Brok. Hold
Just soda of John, California. Sorry.
Vug Bungo, you here?
I think so!
Whoa. Every sound effects is here. Alright.
Davin.
It would have been funny.
I think-
Mo is not present.
Yes. I plan to do a mini session with him sometime
Sick.
during this next week.
I can't believe Mo just ran off like that as soon as we entered the city.
All right. So you have just been, the gates have just been opened to the city of Volunder, and Balzar, as you kind of look around, you notice that this entire city seems to be underground, and really the only way you can see is through this one opening, and you see on some battlements almost built into the side of the mountain above the gate. You see probably, well, you can all see about a dozen or so of the taller guards that you saw, and you see many mounted kind of ballistas in the side of the rock, and Balzar, you even see some sort of ballista-like mechanism, but there are many kind of cylinders all in a line, kind of mounted to the top of this contraption that looks like it swivels around. So, as you walk through the large gate, ahead of you lies a very busy-looking city street. The cobblestone that it is built up on is this deep yellow, and there are buildings as far as you can see, and there are tall, fire-filled braziers that light the street, or all the streets you see. You look up and you see a very rocky ceiling, probably hundreds of feet up, and all of the walls of this massive cavern, you see there are just holes drilled all through this city. Farther in front, you see the cobblestone kind of change color. You can't really see what color, but it's definitely not yellow. And very far off, you see a enormous kind of statue, way off in the distance. It seems like this large cavern goes on for miles in front of you, and you are officially at the place you've been trying to go for the past couple of days. Welcome to Volunder. The city is open to you.
Whoa!
So as you guys just kind of start to walk in, you do see Mo, and he looks very excited to be in such a large place like this. And you see him kind of just start to just walk off.
Should we stop?
He gets caught, then we can just say no relations. Fine.
That
I'm
would
sure
be
it'll be
pretty
fine.
funny.
At this point, I don't care what he does.
I think what's more important is solving this mystery, gang. That being the mystery of finding where our friend should be buried.
Yes.
Didn't his will say he wanted us to throw his ashes off like a big fuck off tower or something?
No, if I
Oh,
remember,
we did.
it was with another person who was like him, Astrid.
Yeah, remember I asked, there's like one graveyard in the city, so...
Specifically the Lunder graveyard.
Well, yeah,
We are in Volunder.
I mean, it wouldn't make much sense if it was the Preston graveyard now, would it?
Yeah, Rose is gonna walk up to the closest person that looks like a dwarf
Okay.
and just try to talk with them.
Yeah, so there seems to be a dwarf kind of tending to some, flowers at the front of this, what looks to be some sort of shop. And, as you walk up to him, you see that he's pretty, focused on whatever sort of gardening he's doing.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes? Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if you could... We're new here. I was wondering if you could point us towards the crypt,
Uh,
place where you keep your dead.
yeah, it's well, see, if you go down this road right here, there'll be a pretty tall building. You can take a right there, and you can probably and he kind of like tilts his head and starts to like scratch at his ear. And Ambrose, from behind you, you hear what seems to be an elf go, "Oh, you're new here, are you?"
Just passing through.
"Oh, whoa. Have you ever been to Volunder before?"
I have not.
"Oh. Well, lucky for you, I am somewhat of a guide."
I'm gonna wave over the party,
Alright.
bringing them over.
So
Yeah,
as you all walk up, you see this dwarf kind of walking away now back to his kind of front garden. And you see this pretty tall looking dwarf in a kind of like fur coat. Uh, you see that he looks to be on the older side, but he has kind of like this dark gray, kind of wrinkly elvish skin, but he's dressed pretty properly. Um, and he says, "Oh, I see. It's a large party. I see."
Indeed. Yes, we're looking for the graveyard crypt.
Ah, graveyard. Well, there is only one of those.
which way is it?
Oh, well, I can guide you right to it if you follow me.
How much payment are you looking for?
Well, you're the first real well, tourist here. I just kind of came out to practice for when well, usually the tourists kind of start packing in usually tomorrow if it's anything like last year. For the big festival, but well, I just thought I'd come out and see if there were any, well, early birds, and I found just that, I think. So, if you would follow me, we'll go straight to the graveyard.
Straight to the graveyard.
Straight to the graveyard.
That's very ominous wording. I like it.
I am a very ominous person.
That's good. Have you ever killed anyone?
Well, I think we all have an accidental murder from time to time.
You want to see a cool skull I keep polished in my bag?
Ooh, of course.
And Bug pulls out the human skull.
Who's the unlucky guy?
That would be the first man to ever try to kill me when I was with my new friends.
Well, it's a nice memento.
Yeah, really. And this is my newest. And he pulls out the Arakora head that's still, dripping blood. Just got this one.
Wow.
Yeah, do you know him? Apparently he's like some sort of raider leader or something.
Yeah, I've seen those funny bird people around in the Gold District from time to time, but well, I don't see him that often though. But
Well,
off to the graveyard, yes.
yeah, sure.
So he starts to kind of guide you guys up this very wide kind of main street, and you see around you there's just a lot of dwarves, some humans, and quite a few elves kind of going around. They seem to all be doing something. No one is just kind of out just for a walk. Everyone seems to be either carrying something or they have a certain pep in their step that kind of you can see that they're off to do something. It's a very busy-looking city from what you've seen so far. And as you guys kind of start to walk towards this large, like, statue that's now getting bigger and bigger, you see that the cobblestone starts to turn this sort of darker color with almost a little, like, red tint. And he kind of turns around while kind of walking backwards and says, "Now this is the Bronze District. This is where most of well, the gold is mostly just for tourists and overpriced little knick-knack shops. But here, well, this is the real Volunder. This is where most people live. It's where most of the foundries are. Most of the mines off to the sides of Volunder. And right up here, well,
I have a
we're
question.
gonna take a right. Yes, Mr. Well, you look quite noble. Who are you?
Is this a natural cavern, or is this
well, you know, I
or
really
did
don't know.
they, or
I
have the
mean,
dwarves that lived here mined out this entire massive cavern?
I mean, I assume so. I mean, I know that Volunder's, well, thousands of years old. That's for sure. I've heard, rumors that, you know, people from Volunder kind of split off and they went down and made a new town. Now that's the Dwarvish capital. So,
So Vlunder's older than Mortendur.
that's what, you know who says.
Who?
I don't think we know who.
Who?
Oh, you don't know, this, town is kind of run off of, kind of three main, dudes. It's
The
the,
oracles.
Dudes?
yeah. Oh, this, little guy knows. Yeah, it's the, oracles.
Okay, of course.
Yeah. So, like I said, let's, take a right here now that we're in the, Bronze District. And, you guys kind of start to head down kind of a large but kind of crowded side street, and you make a couple of turns down some streets, but everywhere looks pretty nice. There's some blocks that have some pretty crowded living, you can see, and as you get closer to the cave wall, you see that the houses get bigger and bigger, and the land looks like it's owned by more richer folk. But as you kind of make your way up, you start to see a very large kind of cathedral almost. So this is well, one of the many well, cathedrals here, and this one just happens to have well, the only graveyard really. But I hear they really only bury the dwarves that are actually born here, which it's pretty rare, but you know, it happens.
Where's everyone else go when they die?
I think they shipped them down the mountain off to where they want to be buried, but
You're throwing off the bridge.
that too if they're well not liked, you know.
Cool.
Yeah. So, right about here is the graveyard. So, unless you need me for anything else, I should probably be going.
Before you go, if you don't mind me asking, is there some sort of like a convention to where people are buried? Is it alphabetical or by family? Would you happen to know anything like that?
I think it's by family probably, but
I'm sure we could
I don't
ask the
know.
priest inside you.
Alright. Well, I think that's just about everything that we needed. Thank you, sir, whatever your name is.
Yes, yeah. Names. Yeah, I'm a dwarf.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Dwarf. And
Mhm.
appreciate your help.
Of course, yes.
Sir,
Well,
what is your home address?
my home address.
Yeah, where do you live?
I live over in the iron district. Why?
What's the exact address?
Uh, I uh, I don't I don't think the city really does addresses.
Oh,
How do you get your mail then?
Well, we kind of go to the there's a building where all the mail goes, and we have boxes for each household.
what time do you normally fall asleep and are your doors locked?
Oh, well, it's kind of hard to tell time here without a proper mechanism. But well, when the torches turn blue, that's when most people go to sleep. Kind of the mandated time to go to sleep.
That's ominous.
Yes, well, I don't think the leadership of this town likes people lurking around at night.
Well, I am a bit of a lurker, so but thanks for the notice.
Well, you might get questioned by some bronzies, but if you're a tourist, they probably won't care.
All right.
But, yes?
Is there anything like notable in town that we should know about in any of the districts? Like I don't know, cool places or places to go to sleep and not get murdered.
Well, I think probably most of the inns are back in the gold district. Like I said, that's where most of the things for travelers are. And well, the iron district is where most of the market is. There's that big store that is kind of the big tower, and he kind of points over, and sure enough, you do a very kind of large red tower with what looks to be some sort of built-in like clock in the very top of it, and it seems to be on the other side of the what he has pointed out as the iron district. And sure enough, you look across the street, and the cobblestone that line the streets is kind of this off-white kind of color.
Huh.
So there's that. They don't really let travelers into the adamant district, but that's way up there. That's where all the rich people live. Let's see. What else? I don't know. I mean, what are your interests? There's a little something here for everyone, really. It's quite a big place.
Is there a place with really weird, cool things? Like cool new tiny knives or
Is there a
magic
bank anywhere?
that will cause my enemies to explode, things of that nature.
Like I said, that big store over there has a lot, and well, if they don't have it, I'm sure one of the market vendors will.
Alright.
If you just head towards that big statue, that's where all the coin gets exchanged, really. And you said a bank?
Yes.
I think there's one on like the kind of upper part of the iron district next to the wall. Yeah, I think there's one up there. Oh, and right across the street, and he kind of points over, and you see a very kind of large building, and you see kind of this large caduceus symbol over the door. He says that's well, I think, yeah, they call it Artunus's healing. It's basically just a big building where well, if there's any serious injuries, you can go there. They built this place because mining kind of, well, it's not very safe, really. So there's that. Is there anything else you would like to know I mean, I think I've covered the basics, really.
I don't think so, but will you be hanging out by the entrance, waiting for more?
I
Is
assume I'll
that
be
where
in his
we
home in
find you?
Iron District, where he goes to sleep at Blue.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, you never
Yeah.
answered. Are your doors usually locked?
I tend to lock them.
All right. How many tumblers are usually in the lock that you lock your door with at night?
Bug, I'm sorry.
I do think
Our
I should be
cobalt
probably
rat- this
leaving
is-
just about now.
I was curious. It's just a kobold. It's just a question. Just a normal question.
Kobolds are very trusting, and they like to. This is a normal kobold greeting.
Yes, it is. You
Um,
exchange home addresses and what time you go to sleep and when your door is locked and when it is not and how to get
And-
in.
But Bug, you should understand we are no longer in kobold settlements, so we must learn their customs.
I suppose we should.
Yeah,
My
most dwarves are kind of goody two shoes. Not really my type, but hey, there's gold to be had here.
I
Some
mean,
good
Brok
trading
wasn't like
deals.
that.
Who?
Oh, never mind.
Well, like I said, and he kind of turns around and goes to shake your hand, Ambrose. I think I should probably be going. Thanks for the tour guide practice, though.
Amber's gonna lean down and shake his hand.
Okay. And he starts to walk away at quite a brisk pace. And you see him kind of turn a corner up and to the right, kind of deeper into the iron district that you're kind of on the edge on now.
Well, I don't know his home address, but I know when he goes to sleep and where he goes to sleep.
Do you even remember his name?
Nope.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
dwarf.
Isn't it
Yes,
Dwarf
I
the
believe
Dwarf?
it was dwarf.
Dwarf the Dwarf.
Dwarf, but well, I think he was an elf. He looked
I mean, he's
old
in an
and
elfin
gray.
city. It was just kind of implied.
Yeah, yeah, but
Well, what was up with all those questions, Bug? That was very suspicious. You're kind of drawing attention to us all.
I mean, he was being ominous. I figured I should try to be ominous too.
Let's be ominous after we take care of business.
All right. Well,
And I'm gonna look at this cathedral.
okay.
building.
As you start to kind of move, Ambrose, you notice that there's something in your hand.
What is it?
You you see that it's a kind of folded piece of like paper, and would you like to like unfold it?
I'm just gonna put it in my pocket
Okay.
for right now.
All right. Yeah.
Come on,
so-
everyone, and I'm gonna wait for everyone to go ahead of me into
Okay.
the cathedral,
All right.
and then look at it when they're all like
Okay.
ahead.
whoa, what's that?
Yeah, so in front of you guys is a very large, kind of gothic-looking cathedral. And you see there's a kind of fence around the backside, and you can just see beyond the corner of the like building that it is definitely a graveyard. And Ambrose, as everyone starts to make their way up the like steps, you kind of take this small piece of paper. As you open it, it looks to be kind of familiar handwriting. You're not sure where from, but it says, "You're quite the handsome man. Meet me at the behind dimensional deals when the torches turn blue." And there's a little heart, kind of, at the end of this. It looks like it was written down very fast, and
Ambrose?
You don't see it.
yeah, everyone else is
So-
making their way up the steps.
When,
Ambrose is just gonna blush and then put it in his pocket.
All right. All right, so
This episode, Ambrose gets bugged.
Oh, I can't
Right.
wait.
Anything.
He's like standing there waiting for him around the corner with his like finger on his chin, like twisting his hips back and forth. Wait, oh, and the fucking murk
Already
from
gets-
behind.
Fighting against lower left too.
So you're now kind of outside the closed doors of this cathedral, and it and it looks to be kind of empty as you kind of can glare through the window, and you see there's a lot of kind of empty chairs and kind of a raised platform with a statue of a dwarf at the far end.
Is there like anyone inside?
Go ahead and make a
Any
perception
robed
check.
men?
So through the kind of like stained glass to see, but you think you might see movement in like a back corner, but that's about it. Would you guys like to enter this cathedral?
I mean, sure, why not?
Okay.
Wait. So if this is the
music
grave,
is so fitting.
so just kind of looking at the like cathedral and everything, how does this like how old does it look? Like, does it?
Just from your journal glance at it, it looks to be like extremely. It seems to be kind of made out of the stone that this cavern is made out of.
Hmm.
So as you guys kind of walk in, it's very echoey as you walk forward, and you don't see anyone in the room. But you do see a candle lit in a back room, like far right corner. But other than that, it looks like it's completely empty at the moment.
Hello! Hello! Hello!
Well, this is kind of creepy.
Yeah. I mean, the acoustics sound pretty nice. I bet I could play a pretty good song in here. And Bug brings out its lute, gets ready to play.
All right. Go ahead and make a performance check if you would.
Yeah! The acoustics in here are perfect!
Is the room like well lit?
It's there are no candles lit, but the kind of light from the street braziers are kind of coming through the like window. So really the only visible light you can see is kind of in like this like back room that you see the door is kind of open to.
I guess I will go into that back room.
Okay. Joe, cool. So as you guys kind of make your way back there, you can see what looks to be some sort of like probably like a janitor, as he seems to have some sort of mop, just kind of mopping the floor. But he doesn't really notice you. He seems to be pretty invested in mopping the floor.
Excuse me, sir.
Oh, yes? Hello?
You don't happen to be the... Do you know who oversees this place?
I think that's the priest. I don't know him by name, though. He just kind of gives me money to clean, though. I think you missed the service. Oh, it's...
Yes, we're not here for the service. Do you know when he'd be back?
He usually just kind of leaves after the morning. No, not many people come here, really.
When... You know when he will be here?
Well, next morning, probably. Why do you need him, though?
We have a burial business to deal with.
I'm and he kind of just looks around at the group. I, well, this graveyard's a little complicated. You see, we really only bury Volunder dwarves here, so if you wanna, you can certainly go in if you wanna, pay your respects or something. But
He
that's
was a Vlunder dwarf. The
oh,
best
he's
Vlunder dwarf.
already buried here, I guess.
No. Well, we're just looking for someone else. I guess, yeah, just to look at a grave first.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I'll have to kind of oversee ya. We don't let visitors kind of just wander around without supervision. It's a kind of historic site, but I can let you back there if you want to pay your respects to someone, I guess.
Yeah, would you happen to know of a person who goes by the name of Astrid?
Uh, you know of Astrid,
No, sort of, in a way.
as in
Per se.
Miss Habazulinger?
Yeah,
That would be her.
that's the one.
That's interesting. Exactly are all of you?
I'm Bug.
We are friends of Miss Habuzalinger.
Really? Oh, she died about 100 years ago. Are you sure you're friends of her?
Well, I mean, friends with Brok here, if that counts.
Friends with the Mister.
Jokers
That's one
are
way to say
going
it.
to fucking slap.
How about, can you just show us where her grave is first?
How did you know of Old Brothier?
That's a long story. How about we tell you while we walk?
Yes, I would love to know. I was very close to the lad. And he kind of walks backwards and kind of unlocks a back door, and sure enough, it's a pretty large graveyard. And some of the graves look to be extremely old. And again, they're made out of kind of the same rock that the whole kind of cavern is made out of. So, I just haven't heard that name. Well,
How
I
do
just
you
don't
know
understand.
Brothier?
Well, I served under him. He was old Human Throat was one of the best captains out there.
Oh, you knew him when he was a sailor.
Yeah, he was a good lad.
Yeah, he really was.
He was indeed.
So, are you telling me that and he kind of leans in like closer to all of you and kind of whispers, are you telling me that Brothier is dead?
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, so we just coming to do a final send off for him, if that's all right with you. He was very specific with what he wanted to be done. He would like to have his.
Are you
ashes.
sure
Yeah,
he's
we have
dead?
We have him in my flask. Go go with that.
Pulls out the flask. And
I don't understand. He was destined to.
Are you William Peterson by any chance? He asked us to find him as well.
William Peterson? No, I'm Darude. I was Brothier's first mate. I used to sail with him for quite a while, but well, the I got a little too close. But I guess we should head back to Astrid's grave, and he kind of like very slowly starts to walk across the graveyard and towards one edge of it. Sure enough, you do see a grave that says on it Astrid Hubbazulinger. And you see now that you're in the midst of uh, all these kind of graves, you see that some of them have a pickaxe on the top of them, and some of them seem to have many pickaxes on the sides of them as well. And on this grave now that he's brought you to, you see that there is one pickaxe in on the like left side of it, kind of embedded in the rock. So I'm just curious, how did how did Brothier go out?
Attacked by agents of the Moon God. Goddess, should say.
Well,
Revenant.
As a true hero, he did
You know,
lose his life. He fought bravely, but was defeated.
Hmm.
he turned into a weasel once.
What?
That was cool.
I
He
can't
did not
think.
deserve that.
No, it's not really
It was
valid
like
for that.
Now, why was he with you? He should have still been sailing, I thought.
Don't know.
We
One
ended
really
up taking a
himself
contract
too much.
together.
Do any of you know anything about Volunder and how dwarves are here?
We only know about the oracles. That's about it. We only
Did
know like
old
that they.
did old Brothier ever talk of them?
Not
He
really.
wasn't much for talking.
Well, I talked a lot with him, and well, he had plans to come back here, but unfortunately, don't think he'll ever be able to do that now.
Every dwarf born here is assigned a divined destiny by the oracles at their birth. I well, my last name is Dauntature, which means well, sailor. But well, I I just can't wrap my head around. Brothier had a purpose, and a purpose given to him by the oracle. He never got to. He never got around to it.
Was his oracle given purpose?
Did
Oh,
we like do it for him?
Was it in the first place?
you. Brothier was a curse upon this land, and the oracles knew it. For you see, Hubbazulinger means, well, in its very literal sense, cursed. He was destined to bring the downfall of the Volunder mines. He was to kill the holy oracles, to bring an end to their reign of 1,000 years. That's why they kept him away as a sailor. This is probably a lot for all of you. I'm. Don't have words. The the oracles have never been wrong. I don't understand how he's dead. But
I mean, is it like verifiable that they've never been wrong, or did you just assume?
they have never been wrong about any prediction they've ever made.
Well,
I'm sure that whatever was meant to happen is going to happen. So,
I mean, you said something about a curse, and that's probably not a good thing, but I'm sure it's a good thing, right? A
He
good curse.
kind of looks over his shoulder, and he just kind of looks down at the ground and says, I should get back to my job now. I just don't mess with anything. And
What if I
you
mess with
should be
something?
fine. I should be going now.
Okay.
And he kind of turns around.
Before
and
you go,
I should be going now.
what
And
do
he
the
starts
pickaxes
to
mean?
just kind of walk off. He does not answer your question whatsoever. And you see now that there's one other person in this graveyard, and it seems to be a dwarf, probably about like 40 feet away. He seems to be kneeling down at some sort of grave. But other than that, the graveyard is completely empty. And you see him now, he's kind of at like a jog running back to the main church.
Anyone else
well,
not like how he just kind of walked away in the middle of a conversation?
well,
Yeah, I feel like that's bad.
he was friends of Brock, so I would understand why he would be upset with the news. We should probably carry on with what we came here to do. You
Yes.
still got the flask, Drogos.
Yep. Jerry's gonna take it out and just pull it out for somebody to grab.
Well,
I think we all have a piece of him. Got put down.
Who has his pickaxe?
I do. And then
Um,
Balthar has his armor.
And shield and his helmet.
Balazar, would you embed this pickaxe into the Astrid gravestone?
Sure, Balasar will take the pickaxe.
I feel like this is like grave digging, which I'm like totally fine with, but like still.
We're not digging anything up, we're just leaving something behind.
I guess Balasar will swing the pickaxe.
What are you trying to like hit with it?
The rope.
I think we're
Sorry.
trying to embed it like the other
Yeah.
pickaxes.
The rock.
Okay. So, as you kind of start to get closer to the grave, you can see that there is kind of on the other side of the uh like grave, and you see that it does resemble the shape of the bottom of Brock's pick.
Balasar will place the pick there.
Sure enough, it slots kind of right in, and all of you suddenly feel kind of just an immense sadness, as even those who didn't really know Brock for very long, you still kind of reminisce on the memories that you all have.
it's
And
sorry, I didn't mean to
Mhm.
interrupt, but
Oh no,
it's
no,
about
go
this
ahead.
time that he would have walked off to the side and kind of took out his sword and was doing something under his armor while this is going on.
All right. And uh, Humorous, as you do so, um, you do what you would like to do, and you kind of start to walk back towards. And Humorous, you see now that no one else is really moving except for you.
Hmm.
Even the grass itself in this graveyard is still. Nothing is moving whatsoever. And you start to hear footsteps behind you.
He was gonna slowly turn around with one of his ribs he cut out in one hand and his katana in the other hand to see who's like coming towards him.
To everyone else, you see him walk up with this piece of bone in his hand, but he's just staring at the grave. But to you, Hugh, you turn around and you see a very familiar face. You see in front of you this almost ghostly figure of Brock Holder.
Brock, Brock, is
Hmm.
is that is that you?
I I'm sorry you couldn't be there at the end, Hugh.
Brock, I can't even begin to explain what was going on. It's my fault that what happened to you, and I
No, Hugh.
I promised
No.
you that I would be with you till the end, and I just up and left, and when I came back, it's devastating. I They
It's
burned your
it
body.
was
I wanted a piece
yes.
of you to come with me, but I think now, and he was gonna kind of hold out one of his ribs he's cut out towards Brock. If with your permission, I want to leave a little bit of myself with you, so we're never apart.
I I see. You know, Hugh, you really reminded me of, well, myself, and that it really wasn't until I was gone I that I really understood why. I've heard echoes of what Gemini has said to you. I I just want you to know when that time comes, I'll be right beside you if I can be, and I will help you in your endeavors.
Brock, you don't know how much that means to me to know that you would be there for that. Um, I hope that day doesn't come for a long, long time. I don't want to put you through any more pain than you've already been through, but it's nice knowing that I'll have someone right by my side that I know will help me. So it means everything to me that you would say that. I hope things are treating you well where you are now. Um, I hope
That's
that and he's gonna like turn to the side and look at the gravestone and look back to Brock with I understand.
well, that is why that's why I came to you, Hugh. I I cannot move on from this world. I must I must see the death of the oracles, Hugh. My entire life they've been it's indescribable, Hugh. Their purpose they gave me to to kill them. It's the only goal I've ever had, Hugh.
And even then,
Everything with the
you didn't.
money, it was all just. It was just me being selfish.
No, what are you talking about, Brock? They gave you that purpose, and even then, you didn't want it. No one asks for the hand that they're given in life, but you took it a lot better than I did. You've you've got a strong will about you, and I had no doubt in my mind that whatever you set your mind to, you would have done, but I just never thought it'd turn out like this. But I will say
I.
one thing. It will be everything on my mind now to finish what you were set out to do. Although, neither of us like killing, I guess. Um, I will see to it that the oracles have their downfall and you can move on to better and brighter things.
Hugh, if I could, I would talk to you for hours, but this form I put myself in, I I can't. I must warn you about something, Hugh, before I go.
He was gonna rush up to Brock and just try and hug him.
You try to hug him, but your arms go right through this kind of translucent kind of image. Um,
Tell me what you need to tell me, Brock.
Hugh is the oracles. I have seen from the other side what they really are. They're not what they seem, Hugh. They're they're not they're I can't say, Hugh. But without a plan, you'll be struck down almost immediately. It's not just the oracles, Hugh. Everyone in this town. It's as if they have an earwig in their head. They. Everything they do. It's not real, Hugh.
So, what you're saying is that
I.
everyone on the inside is against us, and we can't really trust anyone. Is that what you're saying?
They are good at heart, but their minds. Their minds, Hugh. I. I'm fating. And you see him kind of start to wisp in and out of the visible light. Hugh, there's one other thing.
What's that?
I've been able to look deep within everyone in the coalition. They're just, and you see him completely fade out, and you see just kind of this wisp of energy kind of go all along through the air, and you just hear in your mind, he's good at heart, but there's something about him, Hugh. Keep an eye on the gnome, Hugh.
Okay. I will do, Brock. I will do everything in my power to make sure that what you have planned will come to fruition, and this won't be the end, my friend. When that time comes, it'll be you and me, like always.
There's no response, and you kind of almost blink in a way, and you're just staring at the grave. And you see everyone, you see Hugh kind of look up from the grave. He looks kind of uh, dazed and a little confused, but you see him there.
You okay, bud?
Just gather my thoughts. I wanted to bury a little piece of myself with Brok, if that's all right, and he was gonna hold out one of the ribs that he cut off towards the like flask of ashes, and he would like to like put it inside if Drogos would let him because he's holding onto the flask.
Yeah, Jerry's gonna uncork it and then just let him put it in.
Ambrose is gonna put Brock's like trident and stuff like on his grave.
Balasar will do the same for his armor and shield and helmet.
I think doesn't Hugh have the helmet?
No.
Nope, I've got it.
All right. And as you set everything down and kind of step away, you see what is left of your old friend Brok sitting on top of this grave, marked Astrid Hubzulinger. And you all, while quite sad, have a little almost happy moment as you know that at least part of his will has been completed. And you hear from below you all, I never knew this Brok guy, but the way that you all talk about him, I'm sure he was a great man.
He was a little bit taller than you.
He was gonna just look at Otto for a moment before just turn to the rest of the group. So, something tells me, based on the people that we've spoken to so far, that we can't really trust anything that's going on here. I think we need to keep our heads low. Um, we gotta deal with the whole undead problem, but I think that gives us our opening to the oracles. As far as we know, so far there's 3 of them. So we probably come up with a plan on how to deal with them.
What about this William Peterson guy?
I don't know, just something about a gun guild. I don't know if he's trustworthy or not either.
The fuck's a gun?
Beats me, I have no clue.
A firearm, I believe they're called.
That creates even more questions than it answers.
I believe it is some sort of tube that a projectile was forced out of. I believe it's some sort of a weapon.
What, like a crossbow?
I think so. I've only read about it. But if you guys have a will from this Brok, right?
Yeah, I think. Who has his will again?
I got it. Yeah, I do. And Jerry's gonna do something with it. Don't know what. Do you want to like know what it is, Otto? Because I'm pretty sure we read it out already. Like,
Yes. Well, I was just saying that. I mean, Brok wanted us to meet this Mr. Peterson, I guess, right?
Yep. Tell William Peterson of the Gunslingers Guild of my death.
Well, and Otto kind of takes one step towards the grave. Mr. Brok, wherever you are, I hope that you are happy. And, well, I'm sorry we never got to meet. And he kind of takes a step back. And you see now that the wind is blowing through the grass and it's very silent. Very silent, and the noise from the street is almost dampened in this graveyard.
Well, we shouldn't hang around here too long. We should probably find a space to settle in, I guess.
Yeah. Also, Bug, I have a few questions for you once we get going.
Yeah, sure. Sorry, I was zoning out there. What are we talking about? I feel really weird now that Brock's, laid to rest. Do you guys want me to do, like, a sermon?
I think we're good. We shouldn't spend too much time here. I think things are getting really suspicious around here.
Alright. Yeah, I'm good to go.
Does anyone else need to do anything?
I have
said
made my
my
peace.
words.
Well,
Was that all?
Ambrose, well, you can lead us off.
And I will walk out.
All right. As you guys turn around, you see the dwarf that seemed to be mourning at some grave is now mourning at the grave right behind you guys. But he seems to be kind of face down, just kind of staring at this grave. You see he's fully dressed in black, and he has this very long kind of hood covering his face. But you do see that he's looking at this grave. But as you guys walk by, there's no one else in the graveyard. And as you re-enter the cathedral, you don't see anyone in there. And I presume you guys would like to make your way back out onto the street.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. You do so, and
Dwarf is not, or not Dwarf. The Darude is not in the church,
you do not see him now.
and this is why we do not give out sensitive information.
So, do we want a tavern to settle down? Or do we want keep looking?
I think we should go to the Iron District and go to that guy's house.
Yes,
When he goes to sleep in the Blue District, and his door is usually locked.
maybe tomorrow. Actually, Bug, I have important business to talk to you. How about we get a tavern?
Yeah, important business with me, really? What? Yeah, sure. Like, is it the kind of thing you need to talk, like we can talk to out here, or is it? And he kind of leans in. Is it like important stuff? Do you need me to look at like a mole or something?
I don't need you to look at like a mole. It's just sensitive.
I am Mr.
The
Sensitive.
the gold districts for tourists will likely find a tavern there.
Yeah, I mean, the best thing would probably just to be go down the main road and look to either side. I assume the taverns right off the main road are probably going to be the most expensive, but also probably the easiest to get into.
Yes, and I have plenty of gold, so.
Do you?
Uh,
You really?
I have 550. Oh, hell. I have been duped.
I'm.
The
My
I guess we're
apologies.
using your coin.
The first step is admitting it.
Yep, that's growth right there. I think. I mean,
I
Balzar,
still
you and
want
I
to
have
see
some
if
money.
it works here, though.
Valis, actually, you know what? Fuck it. Valis starts feeling generous. He's going to toss Ambrose 200 gold.
That's a lot to toss. Just like a bag.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Ambrose is like on the
One
ground.
at a time.
Ambrose is knocked unconscious.
Ambrose is on the ground, like scurrying to pick them all up, like Gollum.
I
in his
assume it's in
room.
like a bag, probably.
Valis keeps multiple full pouches of gold coins that he can use as a backup bludgeoning weapon.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's mighty generous. I'll pay you back by the sometime.
Just don't bug. Don't try and threaten any more cartographers, please.
Yes.
Yeah, why'd you do that? That was very weird to hear about.
Anyway, we need to get to a tavern.
Wait, you gonna threaten me? Is that what the important thing you want to talk about is? Are you gonna threaten me?
Ambrose is gonna start throttling Bug and say, "I'm not going to threaten anyone."
Ah, he's threatening me! Ah!
My bad, and like I stopped throttling you. Yes,
Very
main tavern.
Ambrose.
That wasn't very courteous, and Bug's just gonna dust himself off. Let's go this way! And Bug is going to point in a random direction. And
Okay.
let me roll a d4 to figure out which direction it is.
Yes.
Let's say north is 1, and then clockwise.
Okay.
I'm also trying to get to a tavern so we can take a short break because I got to eat dinner.
What?
Okay.
You have to do a space.
Oh, I'm a fool.
Space 1d4.
So Bug starts walking 1, 2, 3. He starts walking south. So yeah, he starts walking in the right direction.
Yeah. So
Bardic intuition.
And just this way.
So as you guys start to walk in this direction, you seem to pass some very large-looking houses. And you continue to kind of walk down until you hit the gold district, and you're kind of at like a four-way stop now. You're not really sure which way to go.
Can I look around for more taverns?
Yeah, sure. Looking around, these seem to be kind of residential kind of areas, but there is this very old-looking stone building that it's quite massive for the area and its roof is made of what looks to be some sort of green, like wood, like polished wood, and it seems like parts of this roof and like some of the walls are like completely caved in. It's kind of this very large, abandoned looking, very ugly building in the midst of some very nice kind of residential houses. Other than that, that's really the only unique thing you see. But you can tell that kind of if you were to take a right, it would go back into like the kind of center of the gold district where you guys first entered.
Do I have my map of Lunter? I
Yeah.
traded that, right?
Yeah, you have it.
I'm gonna pull that out.
Okay. Do you have the link? I think I sent the.
You sent it to everyone, and the last.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I put it in D&D commands. It's a little farther up. I'll pin it.
Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah. And then in the D&D channel, if you check the pins, it's the actual link if you want to zoom in. All right, so you all kind of stop at this kind of intersection. You're all kind of pretty lost. You don't know exactly where you are. You know you're on like the edge of the gold district. Other than that, you're not sure. And you see Ambrose start to kind of pull out his map that he purchased.
I think we should go right. And Bug points to the right.
So we're in the black zone. If we take a right, we'll go into the white zone. I'm sure.
What?
And then we'll reach the exit.
Black here.
It
Am,
does
I
not
think
look
you're
black.
I think you're reading that map.
Oh, I have it upside down. I
Oh my
see.
God.
I think we're in the gold right now, or the bronze. I think if we go right, we'll go somewhere cool. I have a good feeling about right. Which I guess would be left if we were going the other way. Crazy how that works.
The
Yes.
directions flip depending on the orientation of the viewer of the map.
You do? I thought that was just me.
No.
All right, so I have to flip it upside down.
No. Okay, so how about we just go right and hope?
Okay, I guess. I wish we had that dwarf guy.
I know where he lives. We can go find him.
He specifically did not tell you in Ambrose
You have
walk.
Approximate area. You
Right.
don't know where he is.
Area, and I know when he goes to bed. What else do I need?
What are you gonna do? Break into every house with the lunar?
No, what you do is you wait for it to about turn blue, and then you scour the streets, and you look, and then you find him.
Do you think everything turns blue?
I wouldn't assume so. I would assume like torches go blue or something.
I hope everything turns blue.
Honestly, it's weird that there's a curfew.
Yeah, that's like really weird. I have a bad feeling.
We were talking about
I
like
might say
undead.
it's sus.
Primate was talking about the undead, so could have something to do with that.
Oh no, what if it turns undead after that time? What if I die and come back? Oh, I don't want to be a zombie. I'm gonna rot.
I thought you liked rotting things.
Well, not me. I like being. Look at me. I'm perfectly manicured. I keep the perfume on. I'm perfect. Now, other things. I like that to rot.
Well, you know the saying, right?
Which one? There's a lot of sayings. I know many.
Rot in the spot.
I do know that one. I do. I didn't know you knew that one, Ambrose.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to rot in the spot.
I have actually read that the body of living flesh is always rotting, but it replaces itself over time.
That sounds like nonsense. What books are you reading, child?
That's awesome. Wait, does that mean I can have infinite rot?
That is pressingly grim.
I think we, as living beings, could create infinite meat.
Well, we
wish-
get all of our energy from Borosisi, so I don't see how that could create infinite meat.
Well, maybe this Borosoli has infinite power.
Can Bug try to concentrate and make infinite meat?
Sure. Go ahead and just roll a 1d1000. Nothing happens.
In that 1,000.
It didn't work.
Concentrate harder.
I don't think I can. I think I heard something.
No.
I know.
Did you get something from the shop, Bug?
What do you mean?
I think they're ignoring humans.
What is it, Hugh?
I think we should just find the tavern instead of just standing out here in the open talking
Yeah, go
about
this way.
meat.
We can talk about meat later. No, go! And
Bug continues to point down the direction he was pointing before,
this way!
which, if you were looking at the map, is the left side, in between the bronze and the gold district would be. Or at the
Okay.
border.
This way!
And Bug starts walking.
Okay. So sure enough, you guys kind of make it to a main street, and you see, that kind of the entrance is to your left, and the area with the large large statue is to the right.
Is there a tavern around?
Looking around, kind of into the gold district, you see a bunch of shops and many different taverns.
I'm going to look for not an expensive tavern, but not a cheap one either.
Okay, go ahead
Not too
and
tall,
go
but not
ahead.
short.
Not sure.
Looking around at all of these like different buildings, go ahead and make an insight check. See if you can tell which one is the perfect one.
Is there a person within 120 feet?
There are many people constantly passing all of you.
Can I point at the farthest person away within 120 feet and cast message and go, "What's the best nearest? What's the best tavern nearby?"
Sure.
Someone who's like 100 feet away from me.
So around the corner comes this very fat-looking dwarf, and he seems to be carrying this like platter of food. And you see him all of a sudden just kind of like look around, and he kind of like stumbles and then falls on the ground, just completely spilling all this food on the like floor. And you see him just kind of go into a like he's kind of like brings his knees up to his head and is kind of just in a ball on the floor.
Whoops, I'm sorry! And then Buck lowers his finger, stops casting message.
He is like still like 100 feet away. You see this
Oh,
person in the
no.
middle of the just kind of like cowering on the ground.
Guys, I promise that wasn't me! We should probably find a tavern quickly, Ambrose. Did you see a nice
Yeah.
one?
If he needs help,
No, definitely shouldn't. I bet he's fine.
Ambrose, you see, there's kind of like this cluster of taverns on this one block, and you see that there's one off to the side of the block that looks, from the outside, has some pretty fancy engravings, but you can see that there are some kind of old stains kind of on the glass. It looks a little run down, but it seems to have a lot of traffic. Engravings. So as you guys kind of start to head towards like that one, you all kind of get like next to it and look in the window, and you see that there's like probably it's not very busy, but you see that there's a lot of workers inside kind of getting things ready. And so would you all like to go into this tavern?
Yeah, let's do
Yes.
it.
Alright.
Sure.
So as you guys walk in, you see it looks to be a pretty normal tavern. It's quite large. But you see some robed figures off the corner kind of working on something. It seems they have what seems to be like a hammer and kind of a bucket of nails, and they're kind of quickly working on something in the corner. And you see a couple of what seems to be workers going around the tables and cleaning them, and you see a couple of what seems to be bartenders behind the bar. Probably only like 5 or 6 actual patrons in this bar. At the moment, it seems.
Why, hello there. Seems quite busy today.
Oh, hi, would you, like a table? You're a little early for, the, afternoon, but,
We're actually looking to make rooms tonight.
well, that can be arranged. We actually don't have that many, people here yet. I assume you're all here for the big festival in, well, now 4 days.
Yes, the Artundas Festival, right?
Yeah. We're kind of working, double time getting ready for all the waves of, people. Hopefully, I haven't been outside in a while. Is that snowstorm lining up?
Snowstorm, yes, I believe so.
No, that's good. It was my boss was worried that all the snow would make it hard for everyone to make their way up here, but yeah, hopefully it shouldn't be a problem. Let's see. There's quite a lot of you. Let's see. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, including yourself. Let's see.
How big are your rooms? Might I ask?
Oh well, we have the rooms that sit one person. We have 2 people rooms. We have the group rooms that can have up to 10 people. We don't have a lot of those, but I think we have 1 left that hasn't been reserved. If you're interested in that.
What's the pricing for all these?
Let's see. The 1-person rooms be 10 gold a night. 2-person rooms 15, and the 10-person be about 30 a night.
Wow, that seems quite expensive.
Yeah, well, you're in the gold district. You spend gold here. That's why it's named that.
What about platinum? Do I spend platinum here?
If you would like to.
What about silver and copper? And the other ones I never use?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can. But you probably can't buy much just with silver and copper here. But you all look wealthy enough, so what would it be?
I mean, I know a tavern just across town, and they're giving 15 for a group room.
Well, that's really not my concern. You could talk to the boss about it. Really want to match their price.
We would love to!
Talk to the boss?
Yeah, where is he?
You might have to wait until the dinner rush. He's pretty busy.
Ah,
We'll just take the room, and I'll give him
Alright.
pretty good.
wait, we'll take
Ooh,
one
all
from
right.
Ambrose. What?
The big one.
Yeah, it can bed up to 10 people comfortably.
But there's less than that number here, isn't there? Let's see. 1, 2,
I believe
3,
there's 6 little
6.
Yes.
I believe there's 6.
That's
Okay.
plus all of our gear.
No, but and then how many? You said it fits 10. That's bigger than 6, isn't it? Like we only need.
Well, I mean, there's also Mo if he ever comes back.
Oh, I forgot about Mo. I hope he's okay.
Fine, probably.
Could you please show us to our rooms?
Yeah, I can do that.
And I'm gonna hand him my bag.
I guess I can do that, sure. How heavy is your bag? Like, how much stuff do you have in it?
30 pounds.
A backpack can only hold 30
100
pounds.
and
technically.
it says I have 113 pounds of stuff.
What did you say, Brian?
A backpack can only technically hold 30 pounds, so other stuff would just be kind of like on his person.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just say it's like a
It's
little
like-
over 30 pounds.
It's like probably 40 pounds, I would say, would be within reason, because, more than that, it kind of eliminates the need for bigger bags and stuff, blah, blah.
Be careful with the maps in there, please.
Yeah, I can do that. Let's see. Drogos, could you make a intelligence save quick?
Save, alright.
Alright. Noted. So,
Show boy.
so,
It's relatively obvious.
so as you make your way up the stairs, you see that it's a pretty like upstairs there's a very large kind of hallway with many doors, and he kind of takes you like all the way down, and your room is the very last one on the right of the hallway, and as this dwarf kind of opens the door, you see a very large room with almost these kind of like sub rooms within them, but it's also kind of like open. There's kind of like half walls that kind of separate everything. And there even seems to be some sort of a like bathroom in one corner, fully like enclosed. You can see through a door. It's very, very nice. There's like compartments to like store stuff. There's one large kind of picture window on the far side of the room, and two large kind of bay windows on the long side. You can see like a lot of buildings, and even through the bay windows, you can even make out the statue in the center of town. It's quite the nice view, and it's a very nice room, it seems. I'll just put this on the ground here, and he kind of just like gently lays your bag on the ground, and he kind of walks over to Ambrose and hands him a key, and he says, "This'll lock the room if you want to leave it well, if you want to just leave it alone, you know."
One key for 10 people?
Yeah, well, you know, keys are expensive to make, so are locks.
It's an expensive room.
Yeah, well. Yeah.
I feel like this is...
Talk to my boss about it. I'm just an employee. I'm sorry.
Your boss... Sir, are you paid well? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm paid.
Are you paid well, though, sir? Because it seems like your boss is a little cheap.
I get a gold a day. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's good enough. But you have to think, since we're paying 30 gold a day, that means that he is making 29 of that gold. Well, spread
There's
out.
a lot of employees. It's not just me and him. And he needs to buy things for the... I mean, this is a giant place. Just look around. It's giant.
I suppose. Well, we can look to emancipate you and the rest of the working class later. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful night. I will be going to bed now.
Alright, I wouldn't talk about, emancipating too many things here. Just saying.
Why not?
People like the way things are around here. So, it might make some people mad if they have some booze under their breath, but, that's about it.
Good to know, thank you. I will exclusively talk about emancipation while not in the presence of people that I don't know.
Yeah, well...
Except for you.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
He quickly walks down the hallway.
The bye, Felicia.
Balzar, make a intelligence save.
Oh dear.
Thank you. Okay, so in front of you guys is a very large, very nice room with 10 beds and a nice bathroom in a corner.
This will do nicely.
I haven't stayed in a place this nice since I was back at home.
Did anyone catch the name of this tavern?
Nope.
No.
Oh well.
Point soon.
I'll just keep it in my mind. Can we take a short break?
Yes, sorry. I just wanted to get kind of settled down.
Yeah.
Hey, Ambrose, I think I'm gonna take a short break and ask for permission of my body really quick.
Alright, Bug.
And Bug's
Well, I
like...
got expeditionary GSR.
All right.
Take a short rest. Take a short rest. Wait, why does it say? Okay, whatever.
Why is my why are my
do I-
hit points so low?
Why do I?
Oh.
Why do I have two? Oh, it's from last time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's weird. Temporary hit points should leave after combat.
Are
Are we still in combat?
Wait,
Wait,
Full
what?
time.
No, we're not.
Are we? Okay.
Wait, are we still in combat?
No.
No.
No. That's weird.
All right.
Short,
Nice.
funny break.
How long do you think we're going to? 10 or 11? Also, do you want to watch what JoJo's after this?
Maybe, yeah. I say we'll probably go to 9 or 10, maybe.
All right, no, that's perfect. Yeah.
Maybe not even that. I don't know. I was kind of planning on this being a kind of shorter, kind of just walking around the city kind of day.
I get it, like an interlude session,
Mm-hmm.
kind of a coming to terms with Woodland.
Yeah.
Kind of a
man.
emancipation of the working class type session.
That was so fun.
I wanted to squeeze that in with Bugs so badly, just something really like political hot button
Yeah.
issue, just slide it in a normal conversation.
Hugh is worried for Bug right now. Like, oh my god, he keeps on saying so many suspicious things. Everyone here is
Yeah.
out to get us, and he is just... Oh,
That's
my
definitely the point.
Yeah.
No, Bugs hanging out. He's
I
doing
love
good.
I love the talk between Hugh and Brok as a send-off.
Mm. That was the
It was-
very first thing I planned
It was
when I made this
bittersweet.
campaign.
It was so
I like-
bittersweet, but...
I like Bug asking that man where he lives.
What kind of
So
lock
he's
do you
also,
have?
I like how he's
How
also
do you
into
unlock
severed
it?
head.
When do you go to bed?
Yeah, no, exactly.
I like how he's
He was
also
being
into
ominous,
severed
so
heads.
Bug wanted to match his ominous nature, so he asked him where he lives, when he goes to bed, what if he leaves his door locked. He's just the Chechen hacker.